Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the school that they like to call the School on the Hill. It is time for high school basketball here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We've got a good one tonight. It is a doubleheader. We've got the Harris County Lady Tigers taking on the Carver Lady Tigers, followed by the Harris County Tigers taking on the Carver Tigers for the boys basketball. I am Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast, as we've got a great one tonight as Harris County comes into this contest 4-0 on the season. Carver is 3-1 as they get ready for the tip-off. Carver is led by their head coach, Anson Hunley, who has coached the Carver Lady Tigers to 2 state championships, and the Harris County Lady Tigers are coached by Stephanie Dunn. As the tip is won by Carver, Chubb Williams has it, passes it to teammate Cameron Thomas for the quick bucket, and Carver leads 2-0. Brooke Bass, the starters for Harris County, Janiyah Broom, Shamari Smith, Madeline Cawley, Brooke Bass, and Alana Coulter. The starters for the Carver Lady Tigers, Takaya Ligone, Chubb Williams, Cameron Thomas, Jasmine Thornton, and Aubrey Wilkins. 2-0 is your score. Bass inside, and Cawley, who had a good game, 6 points off the bench the last time Harris County played Pacelli, as they defeated them 66-44 last week. They were also able to get a win over Central Talbotton to go to 4-0 on the season. It's a big-time matchup between two programs that saw success in the playoffs last year. For Harris County, they went to the second round of the 5A state playoffs. Carver went to the Elite Eight. Carver was 20-10 last year. Harris County was 19-10. And these two schools are very familiar with each other. They, about 10 years ago, were region rivals. Both were in the 4A classification in all sports. They had those incredible rivalries on the gridiron. But we are here at Richard Mahome Gymnasium, the longtime Carver coach and Chattahoochee Sports Hall of Fame inductee for the class of 2022. Here at Warren Beulah Court, the Carver head coach that won the state championship in 2019. It was really a special year for both the Carver boys and girls because both schools won the state championship in 2019. As we do have a delay on the court, trying to sort it out is the refs, as Madeline Cawley will inbounds it underneath the basket. 7:37 left to go here in the first. Cawley trying to find her teammate inside. A Slaughter, and it is still with it is Broom, and it goes out of bounds, and it will stay here with Harris County. Cawley, there's a long pass, top of the key to Smith. There's a three-point shot by Brooke Bass. No good, and that is going to be rebounded by Carver. Here comes Aubrey Wilkins with the fast break. Wilkins puts up a shot, and it will stay right here with the Carver Lady Tigers. Top of the key to Chubb Williams. Fires a three-pointer. Aubrey Wilkins, and she's got the bucket. 5-0 as Carver is on top. Coulter. Mid-range jumper, nothing but net for Janiyah Broom. 5-2 is your score. Thomas. Pass over to Wilkins. Wilkins driving the lane, puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Janiyah Broom, and she's going to pass it over to Brooke Bass. And here comes Brooke Bass to the lane, and what a block by Jasmine Thornton. Coming out of nowhere with authority, but it's going to stay with Harris County. We get our first sub of the game. And that's going to be stolen by Carver. All alone, Aubrey Wilkins to the rack, up and in. And a quick timeout by Coach Dunn. We're going to go ahead and take one, too, as you're watching Harris County and Carver here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back to Warren Beulah Court on the campus of Carver High School. That school on the hill. As Carver leads 7-2 over Harris County. Here comes Colley, puts up a shot, no good. There's a nice rebound by Shamari Smith. Brooke Bass, that rattles in and out. Carver gets the rebound. Jasmine Thornton, let's see if she tries to push it up. Oh, and that is stolen by Brooke Bass, and she is going to go coast to coast, puts up a shot and in. Transition bucket off a turnover. And we're going to get a whistle, and what's the call going to be? That's going to go back to Harris County. Harris County 4-0 on the season. Carver is 3-1. Carver did have a very tough game, a 1-point loss to start the season against Woodward Academy, but they have rattled off 3 straight. One thing, Coach Hunley does stack the schedule. That was a 6A program, as that shot by Alana Coulter is good, and Harris County has cut it to 1. Carver likes to run the floor. Williams. There's a pass, is intercepted and taken away by Madeline Colley. And Harris County has a chance to take the lead. Brooke Bass, long pass over to Broom, fires a 3, no good. Gets her own rebound, mid-range jumper, no good, and that is going to be rebounded by Chubb Williams. Over to Thomas. 3-pointer is good by Jasmine Thornton. And it's back to a 4-point lead for the Carver Lady Tigers. Trying to split the defenders is Shamari Smith. Nice pass to Alana Coulter for the easy bucket inside the glass. And Carver leads Harris County 10-8. Top of the key, Aubrey Wilkins. Over to Chubb Williams. Williams pass to Jasmine Thornton off the rack, no good. That's going to be rebounded by Elshaya Huntley, and that is going to be rebounded by Shamari Smith. And Harris County can tie it or take a lead with the 3. Bass drives the baseline, puts up a shot. It looked like that was almost blocked by Huntley. But we are going to get the first jump ball of the game. It's going to stay with Harris County. Give us an opportunity for some subs as well. There's a 3 by Brooke Bass. No good. An offensive rebound by Harris County. Janiyah Broom. Nice pass to Robinson. Bass fakes, drives the lane, and what a block by Huntley. It's going to go out of bounds. This Carver team, I mean, they really have quickness. They like to run the floor, but they also like to play defense. That's the second block shot of the game. Broom, top of the key. Brooke Bass for 3. No good, but it's rebounded by Smith. Smith, that pass was intended for Bass, and it's going to go out of bounds back to Carver. So the Harris County boys basketball team is in the building, as I do see the head basketball coach, Coach Tommy Watson. Congratulations to the Harris County Tigers football team for making a quarterfinal appearance. The greatest start and finish in school history for the Harris County Tigers, 11-2 record. Congratulations. They are going to be up next, taking on the Carver Tigers. It should be an exciting doubleheader of high school basketball here on a Wednesday night here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Shamari Smith, and that is the second block by Elisha Huntley. She has been coming off the bench, 2 blocks. That was partially blocked by Madeline Cawley, and we're going to get another jump ball, but it's going to stay right here with Carver. Underneath the basket. Aubrey Wilkins over to Cooper. Top of the key to Chubb Williams. Back to Wilkins. Wilkins just swinging it around. They're up by 2. Driving the lane is Wilkins, and she makes the bucket. Aubrey Wilkins leading Carver with 7 points. As Cawley with the trap, she gets it away. Broom over to Coulter. Fires a mid-range jumper, no good, and that's going to be rebounded by Wilkins. And she's going to run up the floor. 12-8 is the score. Carver on top. There's a fake. Chubb Williams driving the lane, no good, and it's rebounded by Huntley. And Williams with the baseline jumper, and she makes it for her first 2 points of the game. Chubb Williams, the floor general for the Carver Lady Tigers, going to run that point position. There's a wide open 3 by Janiyah Broom. And Harris County answers with a bucket. They trail by 3 with 1:50 left to go here in the first quarter. Huntley, and that is partially blocked. Brooke Bass, long pass over to Cawley. Coulter, mid-range jumper, rattles in, and she's got 4 points. 14-13 is your score, 1:28 left to go. Chubb Williams takes it across the timeline, hands over to Wilkins, back over to Chubb, top of the key. A pass, Wilkins fires a 3, that is no good. It is going to be rebounded by Janiyah Broom. Broom's going to push it up the floor. Bass collects her thoughts, gets it off the baseline, no good. A nice putback by Kendall Robinson. And now it is 15-14 Harris County with their first lead of the game. Chubb Williams drives and draws the foul, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. Chubb Williams, one of the leaders on this team, as the Harris County Lady Tigers made it to the quarterfinals last year. They did win state championships in 2021 and 2019, led by Coach Anson Hunley, who's been a longtime assistant at Kendrick. He's also coached at Jordan. It's knotted up at 15. Williams misses the second, and Cawley gets the rebound, and Harris County has a chance to get the lead, but that swarming defense forces a turnover. Jasmine Thornton over to Thomas. Thomas, Chubb Williams for 3. No good, and that's going to be Coulter with the rebound. Let's see if Harris County wants to slow it down and kind of hold for the last shot, but there comes Carver with the turnover, and there's a fast break all the way to the rack. Jasmine Thornton up and in. Carver retakes the lead 17-15. Let's see if Harris County holds for the final shot of the first quarter. Smith, we're going to get a whistle. That is going to be a foul on Carver with 14.7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Harris County 4-0 on the season. Carver is 3-1. Over to Jordan. Jordan pass to Broom. Mid-range jumper off the glass and in. Alana Coulter leading Harris County with 6 points. 3 seconds, 2. Let's see if Carver gets a shot off. As Cameron Thomas at the buzzer, no good. And that is how the first quarter ends. We are knotted up at 17 apiece as it's Harris County and Carver here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the School on the Hill. We are here at Carver High School, Warren Beulah Court. Richard Holdridge, Thrift Behringer will be joining us shortly on the broadcast for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We've got a good one so far. It's 17 all between Harris County and Carver. These were once region rivals back when they were both in 4A. There's Brooke Bass for 3, no good. And that's going to be rebounded by Cameron Thomas. That's going to be a traveling violation, and it's going to go back to Harris County. Harris County is led by their head coach, Stephanie Dunn. They went to the second round of the playoffs last year, 19-10. As Brooke Bass for 3, and she gets the bucket. You knew Brooke Bass, who averaged 18 points last year, is going to start heating up, and Harris County with a 3-point lead. And there's a little floater, no good. That's going to be rebounded by Thornton. And joining me is Thrift Behringer. Thrift, we've got a good game so far.
We do. Richard, you're doing a great job. As always, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Busy week this week.
We really are.
Monday,
yeah.
Tuesday was Pacelli, and then now we got Harris County and Carver tonight. Tomorrow, CVCC. Friday, Pacelli, Northside Spencer. Saturday, we got Pacelli and CV. So that's 6 straight days of high-level basketball here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. But we got 2 great programs. Coach Hunley has won multiple state championships. Coach Ramsey Dunn, who's been to the Final Four and has an elite program themselves. And the Harris County Tigers winning many region championships. And look, it's 20-19. It's everything I expected it to be.
Absolutely, and another turnover as Cameron Thomas with the steal, but we are going to get a foul by Harris County. And what we talked about, Coach Hunley likes to run the floor. This Carver team wants to get out quick, and they want to just hustle down the floor and score buckets. But Harris County is going to try to slow it down. As you can see, they are playing a little man-to-man, but they are working the zone as well. I'm seeing that they're switching up the defense.
The matchup zone and this foul movement.
Brooke Bass. Oh, and we're going to get another jump ball.
Defense, high-level defense. That's what
Absolutely.
Coach Ramsey Dunn is known for in her time as the head basketball coach for the Harris County Lady Tigers. And it's been a pretty impressive feat seeing Jasmine doing Aubrey Wilkins. I mean, Aubrey signed about a few weeks ago. Look at that steal.
And that's going to stay here with Carver. Yeah, you mentioned that Aubrey Wilkins, she signed with Southern University. She was part of high school media days, along with Chubb Williams and Takila Ligon, their post player. There's a mid-range jumper, and that falls through for Jasmine Thornton. Jasmine Thornton's got 9 points for Carver.
They reload here.
They really do. I mean, Kaylee Simpson was their leading scorer last year. As that rattles in for Alana Coulter.
I like Alana Coulter having that mid-range game, take it inside when needed to. And overall, really good game. Deep three there.
Three, wow. Three-pointer for Aubrey Wilkins.
You let her get her feet set and let her walk into a straight-on three like that. Most of the time that's going down. Good shot from Wilkins.
Nice, good fundamental passing, and another mid-range jumper by Alana Coulter.
That is her spot. She's nothing but money right there in this one. 15 feet and in, she has been automatic.
It's 24-24 with 5:47 left to go. There's the baseline jumper, no good. And that's going to stay right here with Carver. It was out on Harris County. But you talk about this Carver team reloading. Kaylee Simpson was their leading scorer from last year. She has graduated. Coach Hundley has coached players like Olivia Cochran, who's a senior at Louisville. She's averaging 11 points a game. She averaged 9 as a freshman.
We've had her many times.
Oh, absolutely. Had an
Sports
impact.
Visions, and she is she's an incredible athlete, but she won a championship. Most of these girls that are seniors and juniors on the team has won a state championship or been to a state championship, Final Four last year, and actually the quarterfinals last year. But it's them and Hardaway. They're the premier programs, but do not sleep on Coach Ramsey Dunn's Harris County Tigers, who second in the region last year, but has won many region championships since she's been the head coach for Harris County.
And with Harris County being a 5A school, they're going to go down to 4A next year as Wilkins' shot is no good. And we have a shot clock violation. But Carver is going to go down to 2A for the reclassification next year, which they're going to share
along with
region.
seven other Columbus
Seven other Columbus schools, including
except
Hardaway.
for Northside.
Yeah, Northside's going to stay in 4A. Of all the Columbus schools except Northside, and then Sumter County. Used to be America's Sumter, as we get a foul on the floor. And Thrift, before I got here, because I got to say, this is the first time I've been on the campus of Carver High School. I had to go look at the trophy room, saw DJ Jones's jersey, along with Princeton Buckner, and just all the tradition and history of being a Carver Tiger, as they nickname this the school on the hill. And that's exactly right. I mean, you have to go uphill to get up here. And this really an incredible sight.
It is. I've always enjoyed being able to, I was able to call some games here last year during the middle school semifinals. This is Richard Mahone Gym, Warren Beulah Court. Both of them were elite coaches.
Legendary
we know about
coaches.
Coach Mahone. I mean, he was also a legendary coach at CV. He's got 2 Hall of Fame careers. And that pass goes over Wilkins' head. But Warren Beulah, who won a championship in his last season as coach.
2019.
Back in 2019, he had and that's the year they won boys and girls.
It was incredible.
But, everybody thinks Carver, that's a football school. Dale Williams. But
Dale McGee
really, shaped the mindset. Wallace Davis. There's been a lot of great history of Carver football, but don't sleep on the Carver basketball scene either. From Coach Mahone to Coach Beulah and now to Coach Allen, you know why Carver's always been great. Just the athletes have been incredible here.
Another turnover for Harris County, and it's going to go back to Carver as Harris County leads 25-24. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Go and like the Facebook page and subscribe to the YouTube channel, as we have a lot more basketball this week. We got Wilkins over to Chubb Williams. Nice pass to Walker, but she took too many steps. It's going to go back to Harris County. And Thrift, I do want to do a plug for tomorrow.
Yep.
We got the 16th annual Sports Visions Football Awards luncheon.
Can't wait for that.
I'm so excited about that. The guest speaker is Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze. All these high schools, including Harris County and Carver, going to be recognized. That was a good steal by Cameron Thomas. Man, she's only a freshman. She's a junior. You do have some seniors and juniors, and a lot of these players, they've been in Coach Hundley's system. I mean, Chubb Williams has been a point guard in his system for 2 years now, but they did lose a lot of senior leadership, but they just plug and play. I mean, he has built a powerhouse here at Carver, winning 2 state championships in 19 and 21, going to the Final Four in 20, and then a quarterfinal appearance last year.
We got a back and forth game here, 25-24. What a move. Able to Euro step and then gets her own rebound.
Tonight, Broom.
A good defense from the Lady Tigers altering that shot.
And because they're both called Lady Tigers, not to confuse anybody, will be Carver Lady Tigers and Harris County Lady Tigers. But you got two schools that used to be region rivals. I mean, they would go at it in football 10 years ago. There's a mid-range jumper, nothing but the bottom of the net for Caden Cooper. 2 points coming off the bench and back to a 1-point lead for Carver. Broom, top of the key to Smith. Wide open three for Brianna Jordan, no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Broom. She puts up a shot, it rattles in. Janiyah Broom's got 7 points. It's been a back and forth game. Harris County leads by 1. Thomas hits the floor, and we're going to get a whistle. Don't forget, coming up after this, we've got the Harris County Tigers taking on the Carver Tigers as the boys varsity. Here at Warren Beulah Court. It's a very unique court because the entrance is at the top of the bleachers, and it's like a bottom pit.
It's like a pit. It's exactly what it is.
Exactly. I've seen this before at other high schools, but this is very unique.
Wilkins wide open in the corner and misses that one. Long shot, long rebound, and here come the Tigers on the fast break all the way and pulls the chair right up underneath her. Does Cameron Thomas, and that's a turnover, Richard.
It's going to go back to Carver, but I thought that Brooke Bass had a pretty good look. She's one of the top scorers for Coach Ramsey Dunn, one of the leading scorers from last year's team. Also got a chance to see her last week when they defeated Pacelli. Oh, and Brooke Bass with the steal, and she is going to go coast to coast to put up the shot. Brooke Bass. Instant defense creating offense. Inside, and we're going to get a travel. Taking too many steps was the post player, Elisha Huntley. And seriously, if you have not been to a Carver sporting event, they have some of the most passionate fans that you'll ever meet.
And what a block.
That was the post player to Kyla Ligon.
Yeah, Ligon.
Ligon, she's
sitting that out of here.
6-foot senior. And we saw her on media days. She is a post player for Coach Hunley. That's where she likes to be, is just a defensive stopper. But you got to find a way to contain Brooke Bass. I mean, she is their scorer. That's where Coach Ramsey Dunn wants to get the ball to.
Yeah. Carver does have one loss on the season. The Tigers, Lady Tigers from Harris County, are undefeated.
But that one loss was a 1-point loss to Woodward Academy, who's a 6A school.
Yeah, they're a really good program.
No good. It's going to be rebounded by Jordan. There's a pass over to Brooke Bass.
Right there in the right place, right time, and able to score does number 20, Madeline Cawley. Excellent job. I thought that was going to go out of bounds, Richard.
I really did, but it was a good pass by Brooke Bass. Good vision on the court. And Harris County, they're up by 5 with a little fast break. Madeline Cawley to the rack.
Able to maneuver herself in the air and finish the lay.
They've gone on a little bit of a run here. But a good job by Chubb Williams to stop the run.
The senior. She felt it. They needed a bucket. They were down by 7. And look at that scoop move, but able to slow the bleeding down. Good job by Chubb. Between
defense.
her and Wilkins, that's an elite backcourt. Probably the best in the city or one of the best.
And that senior leadership, makes the right
play
at the
ball
right
movement,
time.
and that's how you break down the zone, Richard. So many players think it's either pull up from 30 feet or try to dribble in between the defense. No, if you move the ball quickly, the defense finally gets tired, worn out, and you saw there. And Cawley
starting to heat up.
And he's got 6. That's 3 buckets in a row I've seen from number 20 in black.
And Coach Ramsey Dunn entered her in the starting lineup. She was a reserve in the Pacelli win. She did have 6 points off the bench in that 66-44 win against Pacelli last week. As Harris County with the 5-point lead with 52 seconds left to go here until halftime.
And when we did a little bit of our basketball preseason show, I thought the Lady Tigers from Harris County, they're going to be the favorite in 5A in their region. That's the same region Northside's in, who won it last year. But
Right.
Northside's replacing a lot, with Harris County on the flip side return everyone from a really good, tough season last year for Coach Dunn. So excited to see them here against the Carver Tigers, who win the region every year, it seems like. And there goes Aubrey Wilkins. No one's going to stop her.
No, and good pass by Chubb Williams. She's got 12.
When they need a bucket, 1 or 10 gets their name called every time.
Nice pass inside,
Good
and
block.
what a block. Elisha Huntley, she's got 3 blocks so far in this game. Here's a fast break. All the way to the rack is Jasmine Thornton. 13 points for the 6-foot senior who could play guard, can play post player. And Carver, 4.2 seconds left to go. They can take the lead going into the half. This is a way you close out a half.
Yeah, really good job. And Chubb just going to have to jack it up from 30 feet and
That
just
almost went in.
Off
Wow.
the front of the rim.
That was a good job, and we are at the half. Harris County leads Carver 35-34. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge here for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we will have a break, and we'll have the start of the second half.
But this game is also brought to you by Masterwall Incorporated.
There you go.
State Farm Carroll Purdue, the Terry Johnson Agency, and Behringer Construction. We'll be back. More Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Harris County and Tigers on the hill.
I love it.
Be back after this. Welcome back here. Richard Holdridge on the call. I'm Thrift Behringer. It's halftime here of a closely contested ball game between Harris County and Carver. The Lady Tigers, both teams called Tigers. But Richard, just a great first half. And I know we're going to do some updates, but I just want to say it was a great job by the Bocelli Lady Vikings and the boys team. They got a big win over GIAA foe Bethlehem Christian Academy Knights. And now here comes the real gauntlet, because Bocelli on Friday plays the #1 team in 1A, Christian Heritage.
That's right.
Then plays a top 20 team in Valdosta on Saturday. Still left, they got to play Newton, Baldwin. These are top 10. Some of them ranked #1. My man Corey is not scared to face off against 7A public schools in Georgia. But Richard, go ahead and give some quick score updates. But we'll do first half stats.
Well, the leading scorer for Harris County is Alana Coulter, followed by Janiyah Brune and Brooke Bass, both with 7 points. Alana Coulter's got 10 points, and Madeline Colley with 6. For the Carver Lady Tigers, Jasmine Thornton leads the way with 13 points. Aubrey Wilkins with 12 points. Chubb Williams, she's got 5 points, but she's got some steals. She's got some assists. She's really been seeing the floor well, as Harris County's got a 1-point lead. We got a 5A school that went to the second round of the playoffs last year, going up against a 3A school that went to the quarterfinals last year. Just two outstanding programs as Coach Anson Hundley for Carver and Coach Stephanie Dunn Ramsey for Harris County. But yeah, last night was the action in high school basketball. We had a very close game. The Columbus Blue Devils for the boys beat Hardaway 54-52. Brookstone beat Jordan 68-60. And for the girls, you had the Hardaway Lady Hawks that went to the Final Four last year. Coach Ellison, they defeated Columbus 60-19. And then Central beat Shaw, both the boys and the girls. Spencer, by the way, beat Washington 65-29. Gary Gaither had 21 points.
Wow.
Yeah, he's one of the leading catalysts from that team that went to the quarterfinals last year.
And you're going to be there Friday at Northside.
Can we say that
Spencer and Northside, that's going to be a
rematch of the championship Muskogee County Christmas tournament?
Can't wait. We'll be doing that. And we'll have the semifinals on the 19th, and then the 20th. We're going to do the all-day event like we did last year. We're going to broadcast the 7th place game, 5th place game, 3rd place game, and the championship for boys and girls. So that's 8 games in one day that we're going to be doing, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And the next week after that, it's the Border Wars. So that's going to have all the private schools around here except for Bocelli. So we're going to have a busy Christmas, but fun. We love calling basketball. And it's 35-34 here, Richard. And that's a turnaround jump shot just off the rim. And here, right back in the hands
nice
of
rebound,
Wilkins. And good defense, so
Brooke
that's
Bass,
turnover.
all the way. She does not have numbers, but Brooke Bass doesn't care.
And
she'll
one.
take it to the lane, count the bucket, and she goes to the line.
Nice job going all the way to the rack, initiating the contact, getting fouled, and finishing. Very strong move from Brooke Bass. I like her. She's an all-around player for these Harris County Lady Tigers, and the reason they're up by 3.
And that was a very strong move because she was off balance. It looked like Carver had the numbers on that defensive sequence. She does miss the and one. It's a 3-point game. Here comes Wilkins driving the baseline. Nice pass in the middle of the lane.
Wow.
Alicia Huntley with her first 2 points, and Carver cuts it to 1. This really has been a back-and-forth game between two outstanding schools. Harris County 4-0 on the season. Carver is 3-1. There's a pass over to Madeline Colley, and she puts up the bucket.
Right place, right time, Richard. Center underneath the basket. Nobody's going to be there. Get on the block. Finish strong. Colley with 8 points already.
39-36, Harris County on top. There's a pass inside to Huntley, and that's off the glass and in. Huntley, a very good post player coming off the bench, 6'4" senior. Whew. Cuts it to a 1-point lead. Here comes a steal, and there's a shot no good by Jasmine Thornton.
Yeah, if Huntley gets positioned like that, good luck stopping her. And that was easy pickings for the senior.
3-point attempt, no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Chubb Williams. And there's a nice pass, right place, and that is going to be a foul on Harris County. Chubb had the right idea, passing it to her teammate Cameron Thomas. trying to time it perfectly where Thomas would drive the baseline, but Harris County breaks up the play. It stays with Carver. Thrift, this just feels like a game that could go down to the wire. This is one of these, both teams are feeling each other out. It's been a back and forth game, and what a shot
move by Huntley.
Elisha Huntley. 6 points, all in the second half. She has been inserted into the lineup for the second half. There's a three-point attempt by Colley. No good, but a rebound. Shot by Jordan, and that's going to stay with Harris County. Carver has a 40-39 lead with 5:54 left to go here in the third. Colley, and that's stolen. And Cooper, coast to coast, puts up a shot and one. Caden Cooper will go to the line to attempt the three-point play.
Good call, Rich.
Caden Cooper coming off the bench, the 5-foot junior, the backup point guard to Chubb Williams. I tell you, Coach Huntley, you look up and down his roster, he's got seniors, but he also has juniors that have experience, some game time experience that will get some opportunities next year, as that and one is good, and Carver has a 4-point lead. It's going to stay with Harris County. The Harris County Lady Tigers out of Hamilton, Georgia, about 30 minutes up the road, as these two used to be region rivals. And that is stolen.
Great job.
Thomas.
All the way. Move and get fouled.
That's one way to do it. Cameron Thomas driving the lane, drawing the foul. Carver has a chance to extend this lead. We're talking about a team last year that went 20-10, undefeated in the region, making it to the quarterfinals. But that's normal for Coach Huntley. He's won 2 state championships. He's got a Final Four appearance. I know that this team, their expectations is winning a championship. And he's had great players like Olivia Cochran. He had Kaylee Simpson last year. And then he's got senior leadership on this team, including Jasmine Thornton, Chubb Williams, Aubrey Wilkins. And Thomas makes 1 of 2. It's back to a 5-point lead for Carver. We're live here on the campus of Carver High School, Warren Beulah Court, Richard Mahone Gymnasium. 2 outstanding Carver legendary coaches. And that goes out of bounds, and it goes back to Carver. That's one thing they do well, is force the turnovers. They like to run up and down the floor, but they also are a scrappy team that likes to force turnovers. And we're going to go ahead and take a timeout, as they have a timeout here on the floor. But what we like to do is thank our sponsors, Carroll Purdue State Farm, Behringer Construction, Masterwall, and Terry Johnson Agency, as you're watching high school basketball, Harris County, Carver, right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Do you hear them? Do you hear them?
Not really.
Oh,
I do now. I do now.
Are you ready, Rich?
I'm ready. Welcome back here at Carver. They got a 44-39 lead over Harris County. Driving the lane is Aubrey Wilkins. And we're going to get a foul on Harris County. Leading scorer for Carver is Jasmine Thornton with 13 points. Aubrey Wilkins has got 12. But Elisha Huntley, 6 points in that second half. Done a good job coming off the bench.
Good move by Huntley.
She has not given up on that rebound. I mean, she puts up a shot and hustles and tries to get the rebound.
She's got such long strides on those moves, and that spin move, she was right there at the rim.
And that perimeter player that just gets second chance opportunities. Here's Brooke Bass. They got to get her going. And it's stolen.
Chubb Williams up to Wilkins. Wilkins gets fouled.
Wilkins.
Nice job by Chubb getting that steal, Richard.
That was really great that Chubb Williams, like they have, if there's anything, they know that the top scorer, Brooke Bass, Janiyah Broom, the leading scorers from last year's Harris County team. It's really been balanced scoring for Harris County. As that foul shot is good. Aubrey Wilkins, the 5-foot senior point guard. She's listed as a point guard, but will play off guard when Chubb Williams has got the ball. They got a pretty good backcourt for Coach Hundley as she makes both foul shots. But the key is experience and senior leadership. And that's what Coach Hundley has when it comes to a senior-led team. Good defense. It's Colley. There's a three-pointer from the corner by Janiyah Broom, and it's rebounded by Thornton. Here comes a fast break, and there's a nice move. And
what a move by her,
glass.
and it's just been domination here in the third, Rich. All Carver.
That was Caden Cooper.
They need a bucket here. And
that's
finally stops the bleeding.
Exactly.
Janiyah Broom.
9 points. They still trail by 7. They were up. They were tied at the first quarter. Had that 1 point lead, and then Carver just, like they made the halftime adjustments, and they were able to get some defensive stops. And they have a 7-point lead. I mean, Carver is 3-1 on the season, but Coach Hundley will schedule tough games. They did have a 1-point loss to Woodward Academy, who is a 6A school, 73-72 to start the season. Harris County has beaten Pacelli, Shaw, Central Talbotton. There's a jumper by Coulter, no good. Chubb Williams with a rebound. Over to Wilkins. Wilkins driving the baseline. That's going to be a jump ball. Good defense by Brooke Bass. She didn't foul Wilkins, but she was able to grasp some of the ball where the ref had to call jump ball.
I would have pulled up if I were her. You've been hitting threes all game. I think I would have let it fly instead of trying to drive it in there with contact. Too many bodies. Good ball movement and good inbounds play from Coach Hundley.
Anita Burnett, 2 points off the bench.
Good screen action. And there could Wilkins
Oh,
right
she is-
in there.
Another jump ball, but Wilkins is just aggressive defensively. They've got the full court press working for them, and that's why they're up by 9. As you come out here in this third quarter, you've seen a aggressive Carver team that has been getting defensive stops, scoring buckets in transition. Oh, there's a nice pass. No good. Brianna Jordan misses the shot. Here comes Carver on a fast break. And Brooke Bass gets it. She's going to go coast to coast. Brooke Bass puts up a shot. No good. And then we're going to get another jump ball. It's been 3 jump balls in the last couple of minutes here. And it goes back to Carver. 50-41 is the score. 2:46 left to go here in the third. Williams takes it across the timeline. Passes it over to Thomas. Back to Williams. Wilkins, they swing it around. Driving the baseline is Jasmine Thornton. She puts up a shot. No good. That's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with Carver. Thomas, little floater, gets her own rebound. Thomas puts up a shot, but she will be fouled. She will go to the line. A good hustle by Cameron Thomas to get her own rebound on the shot, and she was underneath the glass with no defender, and she got fouled right at the last second as Harris County was trying to get the foul, and she makes her first free throw. And I gotta say, these two schools, with them being region rivals about a decade ago when they were both in 4A, I gotta say their football teams had just an incredible run. The Carver Tigers making it to the semifinals, losing to Savannah Christian. The Harris County Tigers making it to the quarterfinals, losing to Jefferson. Just an outstanding football programs. I saw Coach Pierre Coffey is here in attendance. As he was here, saw Coach Tommy Watson, who's also the boys basketball team, as we'll see his team in action after this game. Carver back up by 10. This is the largest lead for the Carver Lady Tigers. They have come out hot here in this third quarter. Oh, nice spin move and puts it off
Nice
in nothing
job.
but net. Jasmine Thornton.
Thornton finishing.
Kali almost lost it, and she travels. It's going to go back to Carver. Carver with a 12-point lead. And they've done a good job closing out
Absolutely.
quarters.
Richard, I've been impressed from what I've seen from these Carver Tigers here. Up by double digits in what was a very close first half. Harris County was leading majority of that. Look at that playmaking and what a job led by number 1, Chubb Williams, shaking and baking and then throwing a dime pass to Thomas for an and one.
And Cam Thomas gets fouled, and she will attempt the three-point play.
That was a move, Richard.
Sure was, and Carver can extend their lead even more. They're up 55-41. And she makes the N1. 7 points for Cameron Thomas. Carver leads by 15, and that's the aggressive defense. You go for the full court press, trying to go for the steal. And Coach Hunley, you know that they are working on those drills, and they are the type of team that they've got closers. They've got some players that knows how to close quarters, and they have done a great job just transition buckets, forcing turnovers. And there you go, another one. Chubb Williams all the way to the rack. She puts it up, and she will be fouled. Chubb Williams will go to the line to shoot 2. It's Harris County Carver live on the School on the Hill here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Go and like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got the boys, Harris County boys, Carver boys coming up after this.
Later on tonight also, the Central Red Devils looking to crown themselves champions, Richard.
They do play at 8 o'clock, Bryant-Denny Stadium, against the 4-time champion Thompson Warriors. Oh, nice offensive rebound, and puts it up and in is Jasmine Thornton. She's got 17 points. And there's Chubb Williams. She is really a problem on defense. Like, she is going to guard your best player, and it's a complete mismatch, nightmare on the field. Like, she is just on-ball defense is just incredible. That swat away. Cameron Thomas puts up a shot, and she'll be fouled. And I've been impressed with the hustle of Carver getting back on defense after getting a bucket. Their players are already, they're playing man-to-man. They're switching it up, man-to-man zone. I mean, they're trying to find anything they can to force turnovers, because we all know that creating turnovers will lead to offensive buckets. That first foul shot is good. Thomas makes both. And it's 60-41. Back over to Broom. Morgan Ligon checking in off the bench. Back over to Brooke Bass, who she's got 9 points. It's been a really quiet 9 points. For somebody that averages 18 points a game, Carver has done a good job defensively on Harris County's leading scorer. Alana Coulter has got 10 points, and Janiyah Broom has got 9 as well. Madeline Colley with 8. And who else but Chubb Williams on Brooke Bass. And there's a steal by Chubb Williams. The vision, court awareness, and it was a block by Brooke Bass, but the refs are going to call a foul. It was a little too much arm on that play. I think that was just one of those plays where that would have been an easy bucket for Chubb Williams, and Brooke Bass was just trying to get the block, but she ended up getting too much, and it's a foul.
Been impressed what I've seen from Carver. Defense leads to turnovers. They've made it where Harris County's had hard chances to even score, tough shots at the rim, and then Chubb Williams, Wilkins, Huntley, Thomas, they've just taken over the ball game, Richard.
Chubb Williams makes 1 of 2. She's got 6 points. And we will see this Carver Lady Tigers team at the Muskogee County Christmas Tournament. I'm very interested to see where they will be placed. They reached the championship game last year against Northside and lost that game. And I really want to see like how they match up against teams like Hardaway, Spencer, Northside. That's going to be a lot of fun. Inside, no good. Huntley and Harris County gets the rebound. 13 seconds left to go. All alone, Madeline Colley puts it off the glass and in. She's got 10 points. Let's see if Carver holds for the final shot. Walker, and that's gonna be a jump ball. 2.1 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Should be enough time for Carver to get off a shot. They're up by 18. Right to Chubb Williams for 3. No good, and that is the end of the third quarter as Carver came out and they lead 61-43 over Harris County. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Carroll Purdue State Farm, Behringer Construction, Master Wall, and Terry Johnson Agency, as we will have the fourth quarter right here at Warren Beulah Court on the campus of Carver High School, right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We are back at the school on the hill, the Carver Tigers on the campus of Carver High School. It is Harris County, Carver, start of the fourth quarter. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Harris County with the ball. There's a jump shot, no good, and that is going to be rebounded by Coulter. And they're going to call a foul on Huntley. And Coulter's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Not a whole lot of action in high school basketball today. We saw most of the action yesterday. We do have some games tomorrow and Friday. We do have a middle school championship. Is Midland taking on Richards at Otis Spencer Stadium. And also another championship that's over in Tuscaloosa that we've already talked about. Is that foul shot is no good by Coulter.
Boys coming up next. Looking forward to being on the call there. Coach Watson, 0-2 Harris County Tigers basketball team, trying to get back on track against one of the best teams we have in the city, the Carver, as Eric Allen likes to say, running Tigers.
The running Tigers. And I was looking at the stats for Harris County. They only played 2 games, but their leading scorer, you recognize this name, Matei Yeomans.
Yeah, 15 points a game. Connor Clone's having a good year. Cam Phillips, guys we saw in the fall league. Should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Have it at the conclusion of this game. It's been all Carver here in the second half.
Bro.
Nice pass.
Nice.
And just can't finish. That's pretty much been the second half for Harris
Kendall
County.
Robinson. Kendall Robinson just could not let that fall through. I tell you, I've been impressed, and there's a shot up and in by Alana Coulter, leading scorer for Harris County. She's got 12 points. Wilkins. And that is blocked by Coulter. Over to Colley, and that tipped out of bounds by Jasmine Thornton. Looks like Coach Hunley is going to get some bench players in there. And it's not over. I mean, Harris County can go on a run here. I mean, they're down by 16 with 7:13 left to go.
Yeah, I mean, they can.
They
can score.
Absolutely.
But this pressure defense, full court,
another turnover,
just causing a lot of havoc for Harris County.
They've got to find a way to adjust their offense. There's Chubb Williams. There's a 3-point shot, and that is no good by Jasmine Thornton. And so Harris County has got to get some defensive stops, but they got to create offense on the other end. Set up screens. There's Madeline Colley for 3, no good. But it's rebounded by Kendall Robinson, and we are going to get a foul. At least they are getting offensive rebounds, second chance points. That's going to be a non-shooting foul. But they have got to get Janiyah Broom, Brooke Bass involved. The 2 leading scorers from last year's team. But once again, Carver with a steal. And here comes Cameron Thomas all the way to the rack, and she puts it up and in. 11 points for Cameron Thomas. And the full court press defense has created turnovers, and there's Chubb Williams. Pulls a jumper, no good. Rebounded by Jasmine Thornton, and she puts it up and in. 20-point lead and another steal. Jasmine Thornton up off the glass and in. Thornton is the leading scorer.
Bad passes. There's another one.
Yeah, this is
forcing it.
They are. And once again.
And now Coach Ramsey just wants a full timeout. His girls just had about 6 straight turnovers, and the Lady Tigers from Carver putting it on.
I mean, that was a scoring run of, it seemed like there was 10 points in 20 seconds. I mean, that was just incredible defense by Carver and leading to buckets. But we do have a timeout here on the floor. 69-45, Carver is on top. Let's have an opportunity to thank our sponsors, Carroll Purdue State Farm Agency, Behringer Construction, Master Wall, Terry Johnson Agency. Thank you so much for supporting Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Don't forget that Sports Vision's the Football Awards Luncheon, the 16th annual, is going to be tomorrow.
And your first ever.
It is going to be my first ever at the St. Luke's Ministry
declined
Center.
an invitation last year.
Well, I had family reasons. But
So you really didn't decline. You
No, I
really
didn't.
you just had a miss.
I actually had a family emergency, but
Because you accepted the invitation.
absolutely I would have been there in a heartbeat.
Never would turn that down. And now,
Absolutely
everything
not.
you're doing with Georgia Alabama Sports Live, you actually got to go cover some college football games for Sports Visions.
Oh, it was incredible.
Living your dream, Richard.
Living the dream here on Georgia Alabama Sports
Are you
Live.
grinding or are you grinding?
I'm grinding. Like the great Josh Pate says, the grind is a blessing.
All Carver here, Richard. Boys coming up next. Harris County just trying to make it respectable at this point.
Another steal.
Turnover.
Yet Cameron Thomas all the way to the rack.
Right, and Harris County's had, when they pass the ball, whoever's receiving it's not doing a good job coming up and getting the ball. The good pass and score finally stops the bleeding momentarily. It seemed like 20 straight points from Carver.
But you got to make an adjustment to slow the game down because Carver likes to run. And that's one way to do it. Make them force a mid-range jumper and get the rebound and try to pass without forcing a turnover. And it's hard because they are swarming with that full court press defense. Shamari Smith, she puts it all the way up and in. And that's how it starts. 71-49. There's the mid-range jumper. And you can't settle for those mid-range jumpers. I know that Carver is trying to create some offense, but Carver works best when they get a steal and they get a quick transition bucket. But when they settle for mid-range jumpers, Harris County finds a way to get the rebound and they go down the floor, but they have got to find a way to get a bucket. Here's Chubb Williams for three, and that is no good. That's going to be rebounded by Aubrey Wilkins as she pulls it out to her teammate Cam Thomas. Over to Williams. And that is going to be stolen by Janiah Broom. Broom going to go all the way to the rack, and she is going to be fouled. But I tell you, I've been impressed with what Carver has done, especially making the adjustments in this second half. I believe that Coach Hundley has got a team that can make a deep championship run. Coach Ramsey Dunn has got a good team. They're going to compete for a region championship in 5A. But this Carver team, the energy that they had in that second half to force turnovers and create quick transition buckets has been absolutely incredible. As Broom misses that first foul shot. 4:30 left to go here in the fourth. And she makes one of two. Carver with a 21-point lead. See Chubb Williams try to slow it down and eat some clock as Burnett gets fouled. It's going to be a shooting foul. As Anita Burnett is going to go to the line to shoot two. And Thrift, I got to say, I'm pretty impressed with this crowd. This is a very decent crowd for a Wednesday night, which is rare. We don't have a whole lot of high school basketball games on a Wednesday night. As Burnett, her foul shot is no good. Usually the night for high school basketball is Tuesday nights. It seems like every school in the area is playing basketball on Tuesday night like we had last night. I know you were at the campus of Pacelli for a Bethlehem Christian. That foul shot's no good. 71-60 as she misses both. There is a spin move by Brooke Bass, and Carver does a great job getting the rebound. And here comes Aubrey Wilkins all the way to the rack. No good, and that was a good play by Alana Coulter to tip it out to Brooke Bass. Here comes Broom. Broom puts up a shot, and that is no good, and that's going to be a foul. Coming up next, we got the Harris County boys taking on the Carver boys. That's going to be an exciting game as the Carver Tigers, Harris County. One time these two were region rivals. It was back, what, 2013, 2014?
Yeah, around then.
The quarterback battle between Taquan Marshall and Puma Pass. Classic. As Kendall Robinson misses the first foul shot. And I happen to be over where the concessions is, where they have the trophies, where they have like the jerseys of Princeton Buckner and DJ Jones. They have a magazine article with Puma Pass on the cover and Olivia Cochran's jersey. And then there's just all these great athletes have come out of Carver, include Isaiah Crowell and Nate Odoms. 71-61, 51. 3:42 left to go, and that shot looked like it was rushed, and Harris County, good defense getting it back. And Harris County can try to work some offense here. They're down by 20, but they just got to try to figure out, like, this style of play, they've got to make the adjustments because some of the teams that they do face could run up and down the floor like Carver has done tonight.
Absolutely, Richard.
I mean, this is still a very good Harris County team that went 19-10 last year, went to the second round of the playoffs. That shot is no good, and shot by Broom is no good. And then Coulter gets the rebound. Brooke Bass puts up a shot. 3 misses right there, and Carver is able to get Aubrey Wilkins all the way to the lane. Aubrey Wilkins has got 16 points. And Carver leads by 22. Oh, and a steal by Chubb Williams. She has got at least 10 steals tonight. Over to Wilkins for 3. Aubrey Wilkins. And now it's 76-51.
They just had too much trouble with the full court press. They did a good job in the first half. Now they just can't make layups.
Yeah, they've missed 4 straight shots. They've been
I know it's a
rushing the
25-point game, but it really was just a slaughter fest and an avalanche of turnovers for Harris County that did them in because they led in that first half.
Absolutely.
Pretty much the entire first half. But that third quarter here, early fourth, just way too many turnovers.
And Coach Hundley is going to unload his bench of the next dead ball. 76-51 with 2:21 left to go here in this game. As this is Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge on the call. We're glad that you can join us on this Wednesday night as we've got a lot of basketball coming up this week. I know I'm excited because Friday I will be on the campus of Northside for the rematch of the Muskogee County Christmas Tournament Championship between Spencer and Northside.
Do you remember doing that game last year?
I
Were you
do.
there for that game?
Yes, I was. I was right there
on the
with
call.
you. Jakeith Hodo with the buzzer
winner.
beater. Had Malachi Hosley, Tyson McDaniel. They had a lot of great players. As starters gets the standing, well, the applause from the crowd. If they've done a good job tonight for Coach Hundley. That foul shot's no good. That is rebounded by Fitzpatrick. Bounce pass. And it's blocked by Robinson. We're going to get is it going to be a jump ball? It's going to go back to Harris County. (76-61). Tell you, even the bench players are still creating turnovers, and I'm now looking. This is going to be a travel by English. I'm looking at the depth that Coach Hundley has for these Carver Lady Tigers. Is that these players? He's got a mixture of seniors, juniors, sophomores. They work hard. You know that they're just going to continue plugging and playing when the seniors graduate. Over to Colley. Bass inside. Coulter puts up a shot. Robinson. That is up and in. Kendall Robinson go to the line to attempt the three-point play.
And a lot still ahead for these Lady Tigers from Harris County, Richard. They got everything in front of them, and like I said, I think they're the favorite.
Well, they will
to win the region in 5A this year.
Well, they're going to turn around on the 8th, and they are going to host the LaGrange Grangers at Harris County.
This will be a good game.
And the and one by Kendall Robinson, the sophomore. She's got 5 points. had 6 points against Pacelli last week as they defeated Pacelli Lady Vikings 66-44. That's no good, and that is going to be rebounded. Fitzpatrick and Coulter comes up with a rebound. 1:22 left to go, and too much mustard for Brooke Bass. It's going to go back to Carver. Carver will go to 4-1. Harris County will drop to 4-1. Trying to stay with it. 1:10 left to go. That shot is no good. We're going to get a foul. So the Carver Lady Tigers will not have a game until the Muskogee County Christmas Tournament, according to the schedule. Now, the Carver boys will play in the GW Carver Classic here on the 8th. It will feature all of the Carver schools, Carver Atlanta, Carver Birmingham, Carver Montgomery. But we will see these Carver Lady Tigers in the Muskogee County Christmas Tournament.
Can't wait to do it, Richard. Are you excited or what?
I am so excited. I think that it might be Carver, Hardaway, Northside competing for the championship. I think with those 3 schools, maybe Spencer. I mean, we got some. But, you know, the schools like Shaw and Kendrick, they could surprise you as well. Columbus, another school that can come out of nowhere. But that is always fun, the Muskogee County Christmas Tournament. It was great last year. The Carver Lady Tigers, they got to the championship last year, lost to Northside. They would love to win it all this year. That foul shot is good by Brooke Bass, who's now in double figures with 10 points. Second foul shot is no good, but that's going to be rebounded by Coulter. She puts up a shot, and that is in. What a shot off balance, and it goes in. It's back to a 20-point lead for Carver. 47 seconds left to go. Send over to West. West puts up a shot. That's going to be no good. Then wide open for a 3 is Nicole Baldwin, the freshman. And Carver now leads 80-57. Coach Hundley playing his young players. Brooke Bass shot off the tip of the iron, no good. And the shots are just not falling for Harris County. As Colley, no good. Carver picking up the rebound. 6 seconds, and we get a whistle. Coming up next, we got Harris County and Carver boys right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Some of the games coming up for Harris County, they will take on LaGrange on the 9th. They will take on Central Talbotton. Troup County on the 12th, and they will be back in Columbus on the 15th to take on the Hardaway Lady Hawks. Looking forward to that coaching matchup between Coach Ramsey Dunn and Coach Ellison. You know, Hardaway seems like they're a similar team to Carver, though. I mean, that. And that is in at the buzzer, and that is your game. Final score, the Carver Lady Tigers. They defeat the Harris County Lady Tigers 82-57. What a great job closing out that second half and really putting the game away. All right. We got time to thank our sponsors as Carroll Purdue State Farm Agency, Behringer Construction, Master Wall, Terry Johnson Agency. Coming up, we got Harris County boys and the Carver boys right here on the campus of Carver High School, Warren Beulah Court. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holderidge, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Good evening, everyone. Threat Behringer here as we are live again. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, a high school basketball around the Tri-City area. We just got done as the Lady Tigers of Carver took down Harris County Lady Tigers by over 20 points. Player of the game was Jasmine Thornton, the 6-foot guard post player. And now we are about to be set for the boys game as the Carver Running Tigers, as Coach Eric Allen likes to say, taking on Coach Tommy Watson, the football coach, who's also in his first season as the basketball coach. The Tigers of Harris County are 0-2 on the season. Their two losses to start the season was at Shaw and then at Central of Talbotton. Starting for the Harris County Tigers, Tyshawn Davis, Connor Clone, Zy Gates, Cam Phillips, and Matei Yeoman. Starting for the Carver Tigers as our own Richard Holdridge is the play-by-play public address announcer. Tony Montgomery, Quadair Truesdale, Champ Simpson, Jakeem Richardson, and Tobias Tolbert are the 5. Head coach Eric Allen in his second season, alongside Terry White. Terry White, Anthony Sanks, Dorian Holt, Michael Hawkins, Jamal Brinkley, and Eric Allen. And we are about to be underway here, live from Warren Beulah Court, Richard Mahone Gymnasium. And we got a good one here. Shout out to Art Thomason and Anson Hunley for helping us be here for this live stream. So because of a pregame dunk on Carver, technical foul, that means Harris County is going to shoot 2 shots before we even tip off. I saw this last night with Pacelli as one of their players tried to dunk. I think he did actually flush it, but that is a tech. So Mr. Clone will shoot 2 free throws because of that. And before we even get tipped off, Harris County's already up 2-0. And tip, and we are underway here. Connor Clone has the basketball now. Cam Phillips getting trapped, almost a steal from Montgomery, who scored his 1,000th points today. There's the turnover, but not able to control it. It does Quadair Truesdale. Nice job, Richard.
Thank you.
PA announcing is in your blood.
You know, I've done it for Russell County. I've done it for Shaw. A big shout out to Art Thomason for letting me do that.
Legendary coach Art Thomason.
That was incredible.
Look at Yeoman, stops and fires. Yeoman, who is an elite linebacker running back, showing his athletic ability, coming out here and being the leading scorer for the Tigers of Harris County, 15 a game. That guy is pretty incredible what he's able to do. And there's Montgomery, the leading scorer for Carver.
Good offensive rebound.
And nice rebound by the big guy, 34, excuse me. Nope, 32. Tobias Tolbert. Yeoman.
Yeoman with the steal.
Nice job. Clone's got it. Clone's going to set, fire, and off the rim, no good. Good rebound by Zy Gates, and here come the running Tigers. Coach Eric Allen, who won a state championship at Spencer. Three-pointer on the way is no good for number 3 from Carver, Champ Simpson. And that one's
What a
blocked.
block by Tony Montgomery. Yeah, we saw Tony Montgomery and Champ Simpson in the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League.
There's Clone. Man-to-man defense. Like I said, Coach Allen came from Spencer, now his second season for the Carver Tigers. Terry White, longtime coach at Shaw. Been here several seasons since Coach Beulah retired. Cam Phillips to a cutting Clone who pump fakes and gets fouled. Nice job getting Richardson off his feet, and Clone's going to go to the line to shoot two. Harris County up early, 4-0 here. Thrift Barringer, Richard Olgers, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. We're live on our YouTube page and Facebook. Make sure to subscribe to YouTube, like us on Facebook.
And Thrift, both teams last year only won 6 games, but they both made the playoffs. Carver got an upset win in the region tournament to get the 4th seed into the playoffs. It was a rebuilding year last year, but with the addition of Tony Montgomery, and you have a young team, and we were very impressed with the athleticism of Carver in the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. And they're off to a good start. They're 3-0. I mean,
Yeah.
Carver, I think they're going to improve. I think Harris County's going to improve.
I agree with you. And also, Carver, this is their first game that they have a full roster. That means football players, in their season ended on Friday against Savannah Christian. So they are finally here, and that includes last year's leading scorer, Kobe Caslin.
Yeah, we'll see him a lot of action. We saw him in the Muskogee County Christmas tournament.
Nice dump down pass to Richardson, who pump fakes, but may have traveled, and that's what they're going to call.
Yeah, to prepare for this game, I went and watched the replay of the 3rd place game last year where they took on Coach Mills and the Hardaway Hawks. It was, Kobe Caslin was the leading scorer on last year's team, an outstanding wide receiver for the football team.
There goes Phillips. Pump fake, nice job getting him off his feet, but not able to hit the jump shot. Zy Gates probably should have took it in a couple more dribbles, gotten closer.
Good rebound by Cash Elder.
Simpson drive. Simpson, wild shot, no good. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go to Harris County.
Like I mentioned, upcoming games, Harris County will play LaGrange on the 8th. The Carver Tigers will be back here on the 8th for the GW Carver Classic, where they will face all the Carver schools. Carver of Atlanta, Carver Montgomery, Carver Birmingham. It's always a tradition here. And I know they're looking forward to that.
Cam Phillips finds an open Clone, fires, and hits. Do not leave 3 in black open. That is an elite sniper from behind the three-point line, and he's able to knock that down. Montgomery drives. Montgomery not able to finish. Carver having a lid on the rim, and Harris County, after that Tyshawn Davis layup, up 9-0. Nice opening statement from Harris County saying they're here to play, Richard.
Absolutely. They know that they're a 5A school that's improved under Coach Tommy Watson, and that they're not afraid of a challenge. I mean, Tony Montgomery, but he's a special player. I mean, they know that they're focused on the defense for Tony Montgomery, but you're going to see some other players step up. I mean, Carver has got down a little bit of a hole, but they could come back from this. Harris County has just got to match them basket for basket. Get on a run, get some defensive stops. This is going to be one of those games where.
Well, if you in Montgomery, obviously felt like, all right, we need to get a bucket. Let me go to the rack. Let me get fouled or finish, and it was almost a three-point play. Kobe Caslin checks in. Also, Ashton Thomas comes into the game for the Tigers. Misses both. Oh, the second free throw.
Remember, Thrift, the football players, their season ended on Friday, so
and there's an easy turnover. Spin move out of control, but throws it out to a wide-open Ashton Thomas. No good, and
that was
then
a great rebound. Cash Elder.
On the putback, and Elder gets fouled.
Yeah, this team is just getting acclimated to the practices after their football season ending on Friday, and they're just getting back into the rhythm of things. Carver's already played 3 games so far this season, including a huge blowout against Central Talbotton.
And Talbotton actually beat Harris County and beats
Kendrick twice. They're 4-1 on the season.
Their only loss was looked like a 100-point blowout.
It was like 115 to 30.
Elder's second free throw, 9-2 here. Carver down by 7. Harris County's done a really good job staying composed throughout the full court press. Misses the second. And they like pressing. They like getting turnovers. And there goes Castlin with an easy one, and he scores. Instant offense for number 11 in blue. Almost had a steal there. Clones got it. Good press break. They have a man open, and Phillips, and nice job by Harris County breaking the press by just passing the basketball. That's all you have to do. Stop trying to dribble through 3 people and swing that rock. And it's 11-4, three-pointer, good. Knocked down from Cash Elder, makes it 11-7. Phillips drives, and they're gonna say number 21 from Carver, Tristan Givens, was riding him, Richard, and they're gonna call it on the floor, so Harris County will do an inbounds play. Coming in now for Carver, Jakeem Richardson, one of the starters. Out of the game is Cash Elder.
Carver on a 7-2 run here in the first quarter. Cut it to 4, but I've been impressed with Harris County.
What an inbounds play, but a block by Ashton Thomas. And reverse layup is no good, but Givens was fouled, but nice job on the backdoor cut from Tyshawn Davis, but good recovery from number 1, Ashton Thomas from Carver to get the block. Now setting in to come in is Ethan Garrett from Harris County.
And Tristan Givens will go to the line for Carver, who they won a state championship back in 2019 under legendary coach Warren Beulah. That was a special year because the Carver girls under Coach Hunley won a state championship. How cool was that? To both schools go to Macon, win state championships. The game against America Sumter was a 1-point game. It was a very close game. But they both got to celebrate state championships in Macon together.
I remember that, was there for that. DJ Jones and Dale Williams were on the call for that. Second free throw is good, and Carver is now dwindled the lead down to 2. Yeoman almost turned it over there. Throws it up ahead, and bad pass leads Tyshawn Davis out of bounds, and here comes Carver. Also in the game for Carver, number 12, Jamarcus Davis. No starters right now are in for Carver. They are a deep team. Coach Allen and Coach White. Three-pointer is good. Coming off the bench, Jamarcus Davis knocks it down.
Balanced scoring from the Carver Tigers. Jamarcus Davis with 3, Cash Elder with 3, Kobe Castlin with 2, Tristan Givens with 2.
And majority of those guys coming off the bench. And Montgomery set to check back in. And he's going to get Ashton Thomas. Nice job by the freshman. Good inbounds defense from Carver, and almost a turnover.
Almost swiped that one away.
Yeoman to Phillips. Phillips gets fouled. See, Carver, they're that crazy defense that they're all over the place, swarming, and that's pressure. You know, they like trapping, they like getting instant offense off of turnovers. The one way to break a lot of that press and trapping is get the ball in the middle of the floor, and they've been looking for Phillips, who's done a good job either passing it out or finishing, and this time he gets fouled, and that's going to be 5 already for Carver, so Harris County is going to be in the bonus
also,
for the rest
I
of this quarter.
Give a big shout out to the Harris County flag football team. They made it to the Elite 8.
Central flag football team
They
won
won.
the state.
And you can't mention Harris County athletics without mentioning Rick Beach from Kutsu Sports. So
Yeah.
a big shout out to Rick Beach.
Yeah, Beachy shared this for us, so we appreciate that, Rick. 12-12 here. Castlin. 2-3 zone from Harris County.
Good fake by Montgomery.
And pull up is good.
That
That is nothing but money from 0. Again, just a pure score that's going to be playing at the next level. He got offer from Troy during the fall league, but nice job going up and under the defender, Cam Phillips. 15-14.
Yeah, we mentioned Tony Montgomery. He has all the fundamentals to play basketball at the next level. Just that incredible jumper, just the strength, just to create offense.
And that's going to be a traveling violation on Gibbons.
Yeah, he's got 4 points, but once Montgomery gets going, I mean, this is a very special player that we saw in the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League.
And here comes Tim Hupson. Tim is the biggest guy on this Harris County roster. Cam Phillips, 6'3", and then you got Tim Hudson, who's power forward, that's 6'4". So, number 5, also a football player. Majority of these players are football players. And Yeoman had that one stripped away. They're going to say it is Harris County's basketball.
Yeah, we got the privilege of seeing Matei Yeoman, the running back for the Harris County Tigers football team. Started as a linebacker, but like you always say, thrift.
Simpson in now for Castlin. Almost a travel right there,
He was
Richard.
really a catalyst of that run game for
No
Harris
doubt.
County. 11 and 2.
Let the big man eat.
Let the big man eat. I was waiting for, and I was waiting for, like, if he was going to continue scoring in the post, we could use that for his game on the court as well.
15-14 here. Yeoman set to pass it in, and almost a dangerous pass. Another one. Clone to Yeoman. Yeoman drives. Yeoman misses. Nice job getting to the rack. Not able to finish. Here comes Montgomery. One-man fast break, and they foul him on the shot. That means he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Good hustle by Zy Gates, because that would have been an easy bucket for Tony Montgomery, but Zy Gates did a great job tracking him down. And now Montgomery's going to have to earn it at the line. But Carver has taken the 1-point lead. They were down 9-0 to start this game.
That one gets the friendly shooter's roll. Tomorrow we got Military Appreciation Night at CVCC. 6 o'clock. Me and Richard will be on the call for that, a guy that's in the military. Friday we have Pacelli taking on Christian Heritage. That's going to be a big one. Saturday we got CVCC Men's and Women's Alumni Day. South Georgia Tech, you'll be there with Robert Edmonds. Richard, I'll be at Pacelli's. They take on Valdosta. So
nice.
A busy next couple of days here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then plus the Sports Visions Awards Luncheon, Football Awards Luncheon. Hugh Freed's going to speak at it. And that one's sent.
Get that one out of
into
here.
The second row of the bleachers. Tobias Tolbert says, give me all of that. But the Sports Visions Awards Luncheon will be tomorrow.
Tobias Tolbert saying, don't bring anything in my kitchen. He swatted that into the third row.
Last minute here of the first quarter.
And that was not a smart foul, but, you know, that might be a foul that puts them in the bonus.
Hey, they're already in the
that's
bonus.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah,
that wasn't a smart foul.
Yeah,
with less than a minute.
They're already in the bonus, so that means Yeoman's going to go to the line for 1 of 1. Nope, he's going to shoot 2.
Harris County 0-2 on the season. They lost to Shaw and Central Talbotton.
But they didn't have many practices, remember.
Exactly.
They
have
just
a lot of football
ended.
players.
Yeah, they just ended their football season a couple weeks ago when we were doing the Calvary State Championship Thanksgiving weekend.
But I was looking at their schedule. They got a lot of big games coming up.
Yeoman makes 1 of 2.
Including LaGrange, Troup County, Hardaway.
Traveling on Champ Simpson.
And
Got caught in the air, didn't know what to do with it, and came down. So Simpson's out. Here comes Quadair Truesdale.
Harris County's got a chance to tie it or take the lead with a 3. Oh, and he walked.
Yep, and that's going to be a traveling on Connor Clone.
Look at that lively student section underneath us that they're just doing the calls with the refs. I'll tell you what, I'm very impressed with the Carver fans. They really get into the game. They feel like they're part of the game. It was like that for football as well.
Nice pass to Caslin, who was open underneath the basket but didn't catch it. He had to do a few extra dribbles and ended up dribbling off his own foot and out of bounds. 17-15, last 30 seconds here of the first quarter. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Trip Behringer, Richard Holdridge. Here comes Clone. About to get trapped. Dumps it in the middle. And that is a traveling violation on number 12 from Harris County, Tim Hudson. Excuse me, so number 5 from Harris County is Malik Alexander. So Tim Hudson, the one in the middle, he's the big guy. Looked at Max Preps, and obviously they don't have the right stuff.
The key is when you look at Max Preps, you got to get the roster and you got to compare both. And that's what we've done.
Caslin gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Because sometimes players will change uniforms. Like they were a number, but then they'll change to a different number.
I would never. I'd keep the same number. That was always me. I had the same number from
thing, right?
sophomore year to senior year. 34. Like Charles Barkley.
Yeah, there you go.
The round mound of rebound. Castle makes the first. Knocks down the second. Carver up by 4. Should be the final shot of the half here for Harris County. Phillips gets past 2, finds Yeoman. Yeoman blocked by Talbert. Talbert is just defending that rim. And then there's going to be a turnover, and Givens couldn't get a handle on it. 1 second remaining.
I tell you, I'm impressed with Tolbert's perimeter defense. His length, his wingspan. He's already got 2 big blocks in this game.
And gets off, at least gets it off. I mean, wasn't even close. And after the end of 1, Carver leads Harris County 19-15. We're going to take a break. This game brought to you by Master Wall, Terry Johnson Agency, State Farm, Carroll Purdue, and Behringer Construction. Trip Behringer, Rich Holdridge will be back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here. Shout out to Michael Long, guy that's called some games for us, the boys baseball coach. Three-pointer is good for number 14, LaMarcus Williams from Carver. Oh, wow. Marcus goes hard into the wall/door. Thankfully he's okay.
But I tell you what, Coach Michael Long loves his Carver Tigers as he is the head baseball coach. He's a fan of these Carver Tigers. And he's really been a valuable member of the Georgia Alabama Sports Live team, calling several games with me.
We'll be live from Northside for their game against Spencer. Richard, you'll be on the call for that one. I'll be at Pacelli Christian Heritage.
You know, I'm really looking forward to the rematch of the championship game in the Muskogee County Christmas Tournament, but they're both different teams. It seems like the whole starting 5 for Northside is different.
Same for Spencer.
Same for Spencer.
Three-pointer, short, good rebound. And Cash Yoder had that one stolen. Good move all the way and gets fouled. Nice job by Tyshawn Davis. Oh, through the legs action with the crossover. And able to get a foul on Tony Montgomery.
I've already seen an improved Harris County Tiger team that only won 6 games last year. They did make the playoffs last year because there's only 5 teams in their region. But I think that not only they can make the playoffs this year, but they could win some more games. And
they'll be
maybe
competitive, Richard.
They'll be competitive. I mean, you got
Absolutely.
Northside, McIntosh, Northgate.
Absolutely.
There's some good teams in their region, but they're going to, Coach Watson talked about they played a lot of close games last year. But they are competitive, and they will improve.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We won't have a show this week, as we had one on Sunday. We won't have another one till Sunday. So make sure to tune in then. And next Wednesday, we'll have one with Robert Moore, the boys coach. And there goes Yeoman leaking out, and Yeoman not able to collect himself. And because he didn't, that gave Tobias Tolbert time to block it. But then Cameron Phillips seals it right away. And then Castlin gets a seal. Sloppy basketball right now from both teams. Givens fouled, go to the line to shoot 2. But Richard, as I was saying, we won't have a show, but we did a show on Sunday, and we were talking high school football review, and we reviewed about the college football playoff. And Richard had to own his mistake of saying Alabama was going to go 6-6 after South Florida.
Oh, boy.
And not only they didn't go 6-6, they're my favorite to win the national championship.
I gave Nick Saban bulletin board material.
And now I hope that is a lesson for you to never go against my boy Nick Saban.
He obviously watches our show.
26-15, Carver up by 11. Danger time from Harris County, and they need to stop the bleeding. And right now they're having a really tough time. I mean, it's all game long. Full court press, turnovers, trapping, amoeba defense. And that's a big 3 from Zy Gates to cut the lead to 8. But Carver, just like the girls team, they get after you. That's why they're called the Running Tigers. They're going nonstop all game long.
Well, you got to counter
Gibbons.
punch.
Nice move from 21. And gives a shoulder shrug, says, and 1.
I tell you, if you're able to get through that full court press, you can get easy transition buckets.
Yeoman. Ball stolen.
That was a great
Here comes
steal.
Cobley Castlin for the easy lay. Hudson, DeClone. DeClone, we have not seen him get off a shot here in this second quarter. We need to see 3. Let it fly.
Yeah, he only has the 1 3-pointer.
Davis to Yeoman. Yeoman blocked again. That's got to be 5 for Tolbert.
Blocks.
Castlin on the break. Wide open for 3. No good. Rebound Castlin. Throws it in the middle to Tolbert, but not able to collect it clean. And here comes Harris County on the return. Davis with a crossover goes right at Tolbert. Alters the shot, but Tim Hudson cleans it up with the layup to make it 30-20.
Looks like Coach Watson will have some substitutions after the next dead ball. Trying to get his starters a breather.
Three-pointer is up. No good. LaMarcus Williams.
Tries to split the defenders. That's going to go back to Harris County. And I believe on the 8th, they are playing LaGrange, and that is their home opener. Because they played Shaw on the road, Central Talbotton on the road. They're playing here on the road. So we know that Rick Beach is going to be all over that game, covering it for Kutsu Sports.
Phillips drives, Phillips
Nice
finishes.
play.
Nice left-handed layup, baseline drive from number 20, Cam Phillips. Makes it an 8-point game. Montgomery having a tough time shaking Clone. Thomas has got it. Three-pointer, Elder misses. And they're going to call that over the back on number 22, Brian Brown, getting into the game for the first time.
Well, with 3:51 left to go until halftime, Harris County only down by 8. They've got to get some stops. They've got to get some transition buckets.
And that's going to be a timeout. And we'll take one, too. This game's brought to you by Masterwall. Behringer Construction, Terry Johnson Agency, and State Farm, Carroll Purdue. We'll be back after this. Welcome back here. Carver up by 8. Yeoman saying clear out. Throws it up to Tim Hudson, who could have cleaned it. Caught it cleanly, and Champ Simpson, who's in the game, rushes his shot, misses. Ethan Garrett now in for Harris County, and he dribbles off his own foot. Elder, three-point jump shot is long, no good. Jamarcus Davis threw that up.
Got to say congratulations to Richards.
Yeah, I saw that they were
winning the middle school championship over Midland.
Big win over Coach Edwards in Midland. Hudson, cutting clone to Yeoman. Yeoman loses it. Phillips drives. Phillips misses. Good take. Nobody there to alter a shot and just misses. Elder's going to jack up a three, and he's short. Thomas with the rebound. Elder's going to shoot it again and short again. Dump down to Brian Brown. Brown back out to Simpson. Simpson, Brown, and Brown gets fouled. Tim Hudson just threw him to the ground.
Carver has been getting some second chance opportunities, and a good job by Brian Brown to draw the foul. Still, it's been a scoring drought the last couple of minutes for both teams. Carver still up by 8.
Garrett out, Yeoman out, Hudson out. In now for Harris County is number 11. We'll get that here in a moment. Tyshawn Davis and Zy Gates also check in. And he loses it, and here comes Montgomery to Thomas for 3. Good! Nice job by Ashton Thomas setting his feet and knocking it down. And there's a foul on Montgomery, silly foul away from the basket.
Yeah, he's had a couple fouls like that were fouls that he could have avoided, but you don't want to get in a situation where you have fouls where they're not necessary, especially when you only have so many in the game.
Davis drives. Davis has it knocked out of his hands.
It was a good defense by Tony Montgomery.
Phillips. And they call a foul. And they're going to get number 12, Jamarcus Davis from Carver on that one. They lead by 13 after that big 3 from Ashton Thomas. Free throw is up, no good.
The Lady Tigers of Carver defeated the Harris County Lady Tigers 80-57 in the first game. The player of the game was Jasmine Thornton.
Yep.
We'll try to get you score updates from the 7A. It should be underway right about now. Could be Will Thompson win 5 straight state championships, or
Yes.
will Central win one for the first time since 2018?
That's a good question, Rich. Nice job laying it up and in, and Carver up by 14. They're close to getting this to 20 if Harris County don't stop the bleeding. Phillips, nobody stops him, and he goes all the way and scores. Job by Cam Phillips. He's had a great first half.
Yeah, he's got 8 points for Harris County.
Tony makes someone fall and gets a shooter's roll.
Tony Montgomery's been quiet on the score sheet, but
he was a starting point guard as a freshman on a state championship winning team.
Exactly.
Phillips.
He's been doing the little things, though.
And Cam gets to the rack, just sometimes not able to finish. Thomas, same spot, different result. Here comes Harris County with down by 14, and Thomas gets the steal. Thomas to the lane. Nice job by Ashton Thomas. And extends Carver's lead to 16. Davis has numbers and gets fouled. Probably should have let that one go. Davis misses the first.
So I want to say congratulations to the Central Lady Red Devils flag football team. By the way, it's the first championship for women athletics in Central history.
That's awesome. Harris County down by 16 here in the Holiday Tip-Off Classic between Carver and Harris County. First time these two teams have faced in some time. Davis knocks down the second. Down by 15. Here comes Carver. Also into the game for Carver is Quader Truesdale back in. Castlin. Montgomery. Rims in and out, but Kobe Castlin cleans it up. Castlin, I know he's glad to be back on the hardwood after a good gridiron season. Davis, in and out moves. Gives it to Yeoman. Yeoman pump fakes. Yeoman scores. Right as the half ends, but not before. Blitzkrieg from Carver in that second quarter, and they lead by 15. This game brought to you by Masterwall, Behringer Construction, Terry Johnson Agency, and State Farm Carroll Purdue. We will be right back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here. Second half about to start with about 1:35 as Carver just started turning Harris County over. They kept it close. They were down by 1, led most of the first quarter. We're even up 9-0, but then Carver just started that anaconda grip, suffocating them out and turning them over, and the running Tigers of Carver up by 15, Richard.
Carver's got a lot of depth. They've got players that like to run the floor, and they play similar to the girls' team. They like to force turnovers and run the floor to create transition buckets. And it was just too much for Harris County. They were up 9-0, but Carver they went on a 43 to the 19 run. I mean, that's pretty much what they do.
By the way, Central knotted up at 0 first quarter action.
This game is on NFHS Network at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Central, Thompson is actually in Central territory right now, but it is scoreless as we are watching it on the NFHS Network. They do a great job with the broadcasts. State championship at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Last year it was at Auburn. The year before it was at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Where is it going to be next year? They'll probably have a rotation and go back to Birmingham. But I tell you, Thompson has won 4 straight championships. If they win today, I mean, that's 5th. I mean, you're going into a territory like Lowndes in the early 80s and 90s for Georgia. Like, you're talking about multiple championships over and over again. That's hard to do.
You're most definitely right. Live here from Richard Mahone Gymnasium, Warren Buehler Court, second half underway. Yeoman being guarded by Montgomery, the 2 leading scorers. Davis, Clone. Shot clock down to 5. Yeoman drives and blocked by Tobias Tolbert. Make that 6 for 32. And able to clean up a miss from Truesdale is Champ Simpson. No one stops the ball, and Cam Phillips gets all the way to the rim and just can't finish.
That might have been 7 blocks for Tobias.
How about Montgomery from a finger roll from 10 feet away?
Interchanneling is George Gervin with the finger roll.
Good move. Nice job by Tolbert. Champ Simpson drives baseline. Has the shot altered.
Carver's done a good job on defense, holding the leading scorer, Matei Yeomans, to just 4 points. Leading scorer is Cameron Phillips with 8.
3-pointers up and short. Good rebound from Richardson. Here comes Truesdale to Montgomery. Montgomery using the screen, crossing over, bodying a defender, and Zy Gates hits the ground as Tony Montgomery hits the jumper, and they're up by 21 here.
Montgomery's starting to heat up.
Here comes Simpson, numbers for Carver. Richardson back to Simpson, who is fouled.
It was a good, hard foul by Tyshawn Davis. Champ Simpson will go to the line for 2. Carver's next games will be in a tournament on the 8th and 9th, the GW Carver Classic, where they will take on all the Carver schools in the area: Carver of Atlanta, Carver of Montgomery, Carver Birmingham. Right back here at Warren Buehler Court. And Thrift, I got to say, this is a very unique court. We've been to a lot of gymnasiums in Muskogee County. This is absolutely unique with the entrance at the top of the bleachers, and it's down in a pit.
Montgomery thought about pulling it. Thomas will, and he airmails that one.
Hand in the face, good defense by Harris County. Now they got a little transition.
Getting trapped. They got to get the ball in the middle of the court. Finally due to Hudson. Gates drives. Gates has that one partially blocked, but Tim Hudson finishes it up. Nice job by Hudson. Right place, right time on the block. Tony. Get a hand check on Ethan Garrett from Harris County.
Harris County will be back in action. Their first home game will be December 8th against the Grangers of LaGrange.
It's a rivalry game.
It is.
Montgomery on the curl, and he connects.
I told
Nice
you,
job
he's starting to heat up.
by Montgomery coming off the screen and
14
knocking
points.
it down.
He averages 20 for the season.
Garrett drives, and Garrett looked like he may have lost it on his own leg, but they're going to stay out of bounds on Carver.
One thing about Tony Montgomery, he's played at the highest level since he was a freshman. He gets his 1,000th career point, and he is a scorer. He creates offense with his size, with his skills.
Hudson. Yeoman. Back to Tim. Not getting, allowing Harris County to get any looks.
We have not seen a lot of screens in this
And
game.
wide open on the backside. They kicks it out to Hudson, who knocks it down. Amir Dunlap was open on the backside, throws it back to the middle where Hudson knocks down the left-handed jumper.
Tim Hudson's got 6 points for Harris County.
Almost steal by Dunlap. Montgomery in the corner, gets fouled, he'll shoot 3.
They're just swinging it around, and that extra pass gives them open looks. We had the privilege of seeing Tony Montgomery in the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League, and he is just an electric offensive player. He's just got the skill set to play at the next level, and he's going to be playing at the next level at Troy. Looking forward to it.
Free throw. Good for Montgomery. Second one is up and good.
Makes all 3.
Job by Montgomery.
Got 17 points.
Quiet 17 points. Phillips in now, Yeoman out.
It really has been. I mean, he started heating up in the second half, but he's really been creating offense with his passing and his just capability of playing really solid defense.
Garrett. And the ball tipped away from Ashton Thomas.
Look at the hustle. Oh!
And a dunk from Gibbons. Get up, young man.
Put it down. Oh, that was a great block, but Phillips gets it back.
Dunlap for 3. He hits it. Big shot from him. But what about Tristan Gibbons getting up and flushing it? Thomas for 3. Good. Connects from downtown. And the freshman extending the lead to 25. Dunlap, opposite corner, misses. Castlin. Here come the Tigers from Carver. Castlin lays it up. No, miss. Rebound, and it's going to go back to Harris County.
I tell you, one thing about this Carver Tigers team I'm impressed with is their ability to score in bunches, because they do like to run the floor. But you get into a situation where the shots aren't falling, you know, Harris County will be able to take advantage, but they have got to get shots to fall as well.
Ashton Thomas misses. Castlin has it blocked.
It's going to be a foul on Tim Hudson.
Castlin makes the first. So college, we have CV tomorrow night. Back to high school on Friday with Pacelli and Christian Heritage, Northside and Spencer, boys and girls. Only boys for Pacelli. And then on Saturday, we got high school and college. All here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live Facebook page.
And YouTube channel.
Thanks, Rich.
And we got to get a little ahead of myself, but we do have a busy week next week as well.
We do, and we'll have that broadcast schedule out for you here.
Oh, what a steal. Kobe Castlin.
Nice
all the way
job.
To the rack.
By Castlin. Almost a 30-point lead. Good block from Givens. Has it go off his head. Castlin gets the loose ball, and Carver running away with this one. Thomas for three. No good.
Yeah, we're going to get a whistle.
And a 30-second timeout from Coach Watson. We'll take one, too. Georgia Alabama Sports Live be back after this.
Welcome back to the campus of Carver, Warren Beulah Court. Harris County Carver, 64-35 is the score. 2:31 left to go in the third. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge. Please like and subscribe to the Facebook and YouTube channel here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. That three-point attempt by Jamarcus Davis is no good.
Davis, Tyshawn. Three-pointer is up. Around the rim, no good. Rebound by Phillips. He goes up strong. Nice job by Cam Phillips. Getting them off, get them off their feet, go up strong. And Castlin goes up and gets an and one. Kobe Castlin back from the gridiron. Right where he left off last year as a freshman. Sophomore year, expecting big things for number 11.
Leading scorer on this Carver team last year. Back here and inserted into the lineup after football season. You just finished football on Friday, and he's back to practice and getting ready for today's game.
We have the Christmas tournament starting in 2 weeks. We'll be there for that. We'll have semifinals here on the 19th and the 20th. We're going to do the 7th place, 5th place, 3rd place, and championship game for boys and girls. So that's 8 games we're going to be doing. That means all 8 Muskogee County schools will be on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Can't wait for that.
We had a lot of fun doing it last year. That's when we really started getting into the live streaming business and have taken off ever since.
That's really how we got our start. Can't believe it was exactly a year ago. And I do appreciate, you giving me the opportunity to be a part of Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Good defense from Clone.
Absolutely. So we do have a score update in the AHSAA 7A state championship between Central and Thompson. Central's up 7-0.
Red Devils trying to get their first state championship since
2018.
2018 when Coach Jamie DeBose was there.
When Coach Ryan Nelson was the offensive coordinator. And before that, they won a state title back in 1993. So
Evan Walden just checked in, by the way, for Harris County. Also number 30, Jaden Brown. Starting to see both teams go to the bench. This is a 30-point game. Still got a quarter left here.
Absolutely. I'm very impressed with the gymnasium. To our left, we got a bunch of state banners for both the boys and the girls. They had that special season in the 2018-2019 season where the girls and the boys won the 4A state championship. And then to our right, a bunch of track and field region championships. And then they also display a football banner, too. They got the 2007 state championships with 15-0 special season. Jarvis Jones was on that team. I believe Isaiah Crowell was a freshman, but I'm not sure if he played. I think I was trying to remember. Jarmon Fortson was on that team. And
Jarvis Jones, Ron Furr.
Yeah, Jarmon Fortson was on that team, and he was on the Columbus Lions. And I remember talking to Jarmon.
And they made it again back in 2000.
Well, they have a bunch of Final Four appearances.
They lost in the 2021 state championship against Benedictine.
But in the early 2010s, late 2000s, they did have a lot of Final Four appearances.
Walden has that stolen. Here comes Gibbons all the way.
Oh, let's hope he's okay. He'll be all right, but he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Tristan Gibbons. Look, he was trying to dunk that again. He's already got 1 flush.
And really, when I'm watching this state championship game, it's going to be a huge showcase for Andrew Alford, who had 44 touchdown passes. He's only a junior. But, you know, he's playing in a state championship. A lot of colleges are watching this. They're thinking that this is going to be a college quarterback. But also, it doesn't hurt when you're throwing to Cam Coleman, Dylan Gentry, Dalen Upshaw. Nice trio of receivers over there.
Last minute of the third.
The leading scorer for the Carver Tigers is Tony Montgomery with 17, followed by Kobe Caslin with 11. Tristan Givens has got 8.
Jack Hutstick came in, turned it over, came right back out. Just feel sorry for that young man, the sophomore. Finally got some minutes and then gets taken out 10 seconds into his time. Givens to Montgomery, who shoots and fires a straight ahead 3, no good.
Thrift, one thing I have noticed about this game, there hasn't been a lot of setting of the screens. I think they just want to get out and just run in transition without having to worry about that. There could be a benefit to that, but also, oh, there was the first screen. See, they're going to have to start doing that if they want to try to avoid the full court press by Carver.
3-pointer no good, good rebound.
And it leads to rush shots. Carver is forcing them to shoot mid-range jumpers, and
that was tough for 35 and black. They'll get it because it was their ball on the jump ball.
What a crowd tonight, too.
Ball thrown to Yeoman. Almost stolen by Jamarcus Davis.
And we expect the crowd to come out here on December the 8th and 9th for the GW Carver Classic. This Carver's going to be taking on all the Carver schools.
Yeoman, nice pass, and not able to finish. Really good look from Yeoman.
They include Carver of Atlanta, Carver Montgomery, Carver Birmingham. It's going to stay with Harris
Carver.
County.
Let me stay with County. 3-pointer straight on is around the rim, no good. Here comes Givens. One-man wrecking crew. Those are to Montgomery. Montgomery.
Wide open lane.
Nice job and almost a good layup from number 23, Aiden Jones. One more quarter as Carver's trying to go to 3-0 on the season. 4-0 on the season. It's Georgia Alabama Sports Live coverage here, and we'll be back after this. Because of it being a 30-point lead, they're going to start at 6 minutes, and I'm assuming maybe running clock. Also, another young man coming in the game, Braylon Grimes. Young guy's getting some minutes. Brian Brown, spin move, and misses. Gets his own rebound, gets fouled.
He's done that a couple of times today. He's been able to get his own miss, draw the foul. He's a good post player for Carver.
Central still leading 7-0.
Looks like Central got the ball back too. 9:42 left to go in the second quarter. Central trying to win their first state championship since 2018. And Thompson has won the state championship 4 times in a row.
Yeah, this is they got to dethrone them.
Absolutely.
They're the king of the mountaintop.
But really, the state championship has been Thompson versus either Central or Auburn.
He does put back in Phillips, Clone, and Hudson.
Auburn almost beat him in 2020.
Harris County does.
28-27.
Close one.
Absolutely.
They've beaten Auburn twice.
They beat Central twice.
And beaten Central twice.
2019 and 2021.
And Auburn in 2020 and 2022. Yeoman drives. Yeoman gets his own rebound and is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Nice job by Yeoman. We were just talking about he was all-region player for 5A, really an all-state player,
Absolutely.
linebacker and running back for the Tigers. Is also out here leading the team in scoring on the hardwood. Pretty impressive from a young man with his size.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Mateo Yeoman, not only on the gridiron, but here on the hardwood. He's the type of post player that you like to see, just that can do all the dirty work, get rebounds. And
Phillips.
Great job by Phillips.
And misses. Damn, he's got to finish those. Good job rebounding. I like his effort. Three-pointer is no good. Hudson skies for the rebound. Clone.
Got to get Clone going. He only has the 1 3-pointer.
Well, at this point, you're just trying to, get some momentum heading into the next game. This one's over with. You just want to have guys like Clone knocking down shots. Three-pointer is good. Nice job by 24, Jaron McKenzie, the sophomore. Hudson, spin move, blocked by
Marcus Williams.
Mr. Williams, 14 in blue. Richardson almost got the steal. Excuse me, not Richardson, Williams.
So with Carver going to 4-0, we're going to see him in the Muskogee County Christmas Tournament. I can't wait for that.
They got a big one against Carver, Birmingham.
And Montgomery. I think they'll have an opportunity to play all the Carvers, or they might be in a tournament.
No, I think it's not a tournament. It's just 2 games.
I think the other Carvers will play each other.
Yeah, Carver, Atlanta. Nice pass and finish and 1 from Zy Gates. Good pass from Tim Hudson.
Well, if you look at Carver's region, you got Columbus. They're going to be improved. They got a big win over Hardaway. You got Oakley Consa in the middle. You got Dre Wooden running the point. That's going to be a big rivalry. And then you got Crisp County, Thomasville. You got some great teams in that region. And Carver was able to get the upset in the region tournament, and they were able to get the number 4 seed and got to the playoffs last year. And they could build off of that.
4:20 remaining. Jones drives. Jones looked like it was a block.
Oh, yeah, 2 other teams I forgot to mention in the region, Daugherty and Monroe. But they do have 6 teams in their region, so 2 end up missing the playoffs.
Jones misses the first.
But it all changed because next year, the new reclassification, all the Columbus schools except Northside will all be in the same region. 2A and Sumter County.
By the way, shout out to D-Rock Brooks, who's in the building, the defensive coordinator for the Harris County Tigers. Played in the NFL, played the high level, was a legendary Tigers cornerback. Is here supporting his Tigers.
Absolutely. And the head basketball coach, Tommy Watson, also the head football coach, former offensive lineman at Mississippi State. And a fun fact, we learned at Media Day that he loves basketball. I mean, that's why he took on the challenge to coach basketball and football. I mean, and that's a tough transition, but, he's able to do it and really trying to build this Harris County program up to something special in their region.
Champ Simpson's in the
That was
game.
a good block. Cam Phillips coming up with the block. Nice spin move.
Good job by Phillips. Clone. Able to clean it up. Gives Connor 5 on the night. After hitting that 3, we hadn't seen him score.
And it looks like it's going to be a foul. With 3:39 left to go.
Thompson first and goal. Third and goal, excuse me.
That quarterback battle is Trent Seaburn, the freshman, and then Andrew Alford. You expect to see a high-scoring game.
And there's going to be clean up bench as Yeoman, Gates, Phillips, and Clone come out.
We've had a busy night in sports, Thrift, as we had the middle school championships as Richards defeats Midland at Otis Spencer Stadium. We're going to have a busy day tomorrow as well.
Cross court to Dunlap. Stolen by
nice
Grimes.
steal.
Grimes ahead of the pack and has the ball knocked out of his hands.
just
They're
lost
going to
it.
say he lost it.
And it looks like Thompson kicked a field goal, so Central's leading Thompson 7-3.
Good stop from Central.
Central's defense just coming up, holding them to 3.
Alexander finishes. No. Ball does not want to go in for
Not
number
get
5.
the friendly roll. The basket just does not want to go in. Another turnover, Jerron McKenzie. It's like Champ Simpson tried to dunk it.
Good move. And they're going to call a foul.
He missed it right there. So we actually have a busy night on Friday. Brookstone's playing Columbus. Jordan is playing Shaw. Spencer taking on Northside. Those are all the Muskogee County games. And then we got some basketball games too, as Kendrick taking on Harris. I think that's JV, but Hardaway girls are taking on Brookwood. They're a 7A school. Columbus taking on Jordan. Kendrick taking on Greenville, the school of Contavious Caldwell Pope.
KCP.
They got a big poster of him in the gymnasium. Shaw is taking on Chatco, and Spencer taking on Social Circle.
2:32 left here. And what is a 34-point blowout for Carver. Tomorrow, Sports Visions Awards Luncheon, 11:30. Looking forward to that. We'll see. Hopefully, our guy, Mr. Yeoman. Can't wait. 3rd year in a row, I'm getting to be a part of this.
Can't wait for it.
Richard and
It'll be my first year.
Can't wait to be there. We're going to hand checking on Brian Brown.
Now, you mentioned that we are going to have Coach Moore and Coach Hauser on our Georgia Alabama Sports Live show next week. The Cougars did drop a road contest to Young Harris today. They are 4-3 on the season. But both teams doing pretty good so far. They have winning records. They'll get into conference play.
Grimes all the way in short. Good rebound. He gets blocked.
Yeah, I saw Coach Hauser at the Harris County Pacelli game. He's been attending a lot of high school games in this area, trying to see if any of them would like to come play at Columbus State. I mean, there's a lot of players in this area that could play at the next level.
No doubt.
And stay here, right here at Columbus State.
Second free throw is up and short for 34. Dadrian Merriweather.
Oh, another
Still,
turnover.
Look at that pass to Grimes, who lays it in.
No look.
No look pass from LaMarcus Williams. Threw it over his shoulder. And he knew where his teammate was. Grimes lays it up and in. Dunlap trying to dribble through too many people. That's a turnover, and Williams is going to go all the way. Miss. Simpson skies in for the putback.
Champ Simpson, nice putback.
And goes through Grimes' hand. So we appreciate everyone that's watching. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Again, tomorrow, 6 o'clock, CVCC men taking on Marion Military.
It's fitting that it's military night, and Saturday we have the Army-Navy game.
We'll see who's going to win the Heisman.
It could be the head.
Should be Jaden Daniels.
It should be, but head coach Patrick Nix for Central, his son, Bo Nix, is going to be in New York.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Definitely will be there in attendance.
Brown dribbles out of bounds.
And a big shout out to all the fans that made the trip to Bryant-Denny Stadium to watch the Central Red Devils in the state championship. You know, a lot of people out here, that faculty members, alumni, made that 3-hour drive. Central is leading Thompson with 5:40 left to go in the second, and they do have the ball in Thompson territory, trying to put some more points on the board, maybe go up 14-3 or 10-3. But Thompson's defense,
Richard,
done a good
Thrift,
job.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Dump down. Dadrian Merriweather, no. Out of bounds on Simpson. Oh, nope, they're going to say it's knocked out of Simpson's hands. Last 47. Let that clock run in a 38-point game, Richard. I know the referees are in mid-season form, but sometimes you can swallow that whistle when it's a 38-point game. Nope. We're going to get a jump ball. And it's going to go back to County.
Harris County's next game will be December the 8th, their home opener against LaGrange.
Pack out there. Carver plays on Friday. You got Brookstone and Columbus High. Father and son going at each other again.
And I tell you what, I mean, all the stuff, if you want to follow, if you love Harris County athletics, Rick Beach from Kutsu Sports, he is all over it. As you know, he's going to be covering that game against LaGrange on the 8th. A big shout out to Rick Beach of Kutsu Sports. Got 35 seconds left to go in this one, Thrift.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why referees are calling fouls in a 38-point game.
I agree.
I'm all about referees getting better. But at some point, you just let the clock run out. I mean, why do you want to keep the game going? It's over with. So the shot clock and game clock are at the same, and almost a turnover. But obviously, these Carver kids that are in the game, they're trying to get their stats up.
Right. I do want to give a shout out to another team in the Tri-City area, the Manchester Blue Devils, taking on Bowden on Monday for the state championship.
LaMarcus scores.
Nice shot.
Carver's going to win by 40. They've won every game by double digits, dominated. And the running Tigers going to go to 4-0, so 2 wins for Carver here in this holiday tip-off.
Incredible game by Carver.
Great job. We'll have an MVP here in just a moment, but great job by both teams. But Carver just dominated that from the second quarter on, turning up, turning over, and the running Tigers go to 4-0. Good job by Coach Allen and Coach White. Again, their next game is against Carver from Birmingham. 15 points or more after they play Carver Birmingham. And they got a couple games that have not been decided yet. So Tony Montgomery wins player of the game, double coverage player of the game. And good job by Coach Watson. Obviously, you know, with Harris County, it just takes some time. But good game, good 2 games. But the Carver Tigers win both. The girls and boys teams, really proud of them. And we will be live tomorrow, CVCC. Friday, we got Pacelli Christian Heritage, Northside Spencer. Saturday, Pacelli Valdosta, CVCC Men's and Women's Alumni Day, South Georgia Tech. A lot happening here these next couple of days. From Thrift Behringer and Richard Holdridge saying thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow night from CVCC.